Stuart, nice to see you with a smile on your face. It's been a busy summer, but an exciting one so far. We're going to start with the new signings. We'll go in the order in which they arrived. Matty Platt, I know you were working hard on him with Rich Montague in the recruitment team for a while, and you were thrilled to get him over the line, weren't you?
Yeah, absolutely delighted. Look, there was a lot of other interest for him, which we knew there would be. We feel he's one of the most dominant centre-halves in the division. When we looked into him, we knew of him from a very long time. Us as a management team, he was at Blackburn as a kid coming through, so we know his technical ability is very high as well. We know that he's a very good footballer, as well as being able to defend his box. So it's something that we knew that he hadn't really shown in the last couple of seasons. But his defensive qualities have just come on leaps and bounds, and he's a top player, and he's someone that we're really looking forward to working with.
Slotting in to the left, or competing for that position, will be Jacob Bideau. Has he got a different sort of skill set to Matt, would you say?
Yes, I think he's athletic. We know that he can overload teams. It's the way that we want to play. We were overload with our outside centre-halves and overload teams in the final third. I think it gives us a new dimension in that area where we'll be able to get the likes of Jody more time on the ball, where he can show his real quality, because he'll create space going on the overload. And look, he's a defender though. First and foremost, he wants to defend his box. He's probably, probably one of the best in the division at 1v1. When you look at all his stats and statistics, which the owners are incredible with their model, we feel that we've got a real player on our hands here. And look, we feel there's loads of potential. He's very young. There's so much more development within his game. I think we've only really seen 50 to 60% of him at his previous club. I think he's a really good footballer. I think if you look at his upbringing at Aston Villa, I think it's massive. He's come through the academy system, so he's kind of been moulded in that way, but he's adapted very quickly to when he's got into men's football that he knows that he has to defend his box first, and there's something that really impressed us about him.
Alex Bass, goalkeeper, was the next one in. Happy with that one?
Yeah, really excited about it. Look, it's something that we've been working on for a long time. He's, for me, probably was up there in the top 3 goalies. I never like to say the best in the division because then it puts a lot of pressure on him coming in here with big expectations, but we know that he's one of the best goalies within the division. He's up there right in the mix with all of them, and he's shown it this year. 16 clean sheets at AFC Wimbledon. It was the reason why they were kind of in and around knocking on the playoffs as well. So we know that we're getting a goalie that is top end within this division, and we knew that it's something that we needed to address in the summer.
And in Nick Cerula, you've brought in a promotion winner.
Yeah, he's someone that's really impressed us because he can play on both wing backs. He can play right wing back and left wing back. He's a left-footed player. He's really brave on the ball, can dribble, but his work ethic is incredible for the team. He works so hard. He's very good defensively in 1v1 situations, but his end product and dribbling ability in the final third is really good. And I look at the amount of times that we get 1v1 with the way that we play and dominate the ball and feed our wingers in the likes of Jody and Azza, who have been absolutely incredible, but we need to make sure that we've got strength in depth.
So, 4 new signings so far. We've talked about the strength in depth. There will be a bit of a different makeup to your squad in terms of the leadership group next year. Do you want to just talk us through your decisions there?
Yeah, look, we wanted to form a leadership group because I think it's very key. Your senior players play a real key role during the season with the ups and downs and managing expectations as well within the group. We've got to make sure that we don't get too high when we're winning games of football, and when we're losing. If we lose games of football, we can't get too low. Within a division, if you look at Stockport's season last year, they went periods where they didn't win a game in 5. And it's that type of division, it's that tight. And I look at some of the signings this season already in the off-season, the league's going to be really competitive. So we've got to make sure that it's managed well on and off the pitch, and we believe the senior lads will play a very key role within that.
So tell us about your decision to make Macaulay Langstaff captain, Matt Palmer coming in as vice-captain.
Mac is someone that from the outside in, he was always infectious. You could see him, his work ethic and the tone that he sets for the team. It's okay being a goal scorer. There's lots of them out there, but he's got both sides to his game, and he's very infectious, and is something that we wanted within the group. Next year we've got to make sure that we get after teams, and that, you know, it's got to hurt us to not have the football because we're a team that want to dominate possession, but it's got to hurt us to not have the ball. And I believe in Macca, he sets that tone for the team and he makes everyone come with him. And then actually getting in the building and working with him, the professionalism from him, the way he conducts himself on and off the pitch is incredible. He's a model pro really, and you can see why he's kind of had the career that he's had so far, and he's come from where he's come from and where he's ending up. And he's got a bright future ahead of himself, and he's someone that we're really looking forward to working closely with as our club captain now.
And obviously Kyle Cameron is relinquishing the role, but he's had a fantastic contribution with the armband, hasn't he?
Look, I spoke about it at a fans forum. Cammy helped massively in the sense of what a leader he was to get the club promoted back to the EFL. and he's been incredible since we've been in here. I think he's been an unbelievable captain. I think he's highly respected at the club. It's just the decision that we thought moving forward was something that we wanted to do as a management team, nothing to do with how Cammy was as a captain. I think he's a top captain and he's a top leader and he's highly respected throughout the whole club, and that's the fan base and everyone within the building, and it wasn't an easy decision, but it's something that we feel was right for us moving forward. And look, we're looking forward to Cammy coming back and giving everything for the football club.
Matt Palmer, vice captain, was that an easy decision?
Yeah, I think it was. I think Matt is someone that we've loved from the outside as a player, and I think he's so key to everything we do, the way we play. He's kind of the glue between the back and the front, and you see how we missed him last season when he got injured and how the form did dip because of him, the glue that he is. And sometimes he's one of those players that can go a little bit under the radar, but I think from the fan base he doesn't go under the radar. But from the outside, I think sometimes he can get overlooked in the role that he actually plays. But when you get in, the same again with Macca, once you get in and work with Matty and you see, look, we've only seen glimpses of him on the training ground in his rehab, and he's coming along really well, and we're excited, but we're so excited about working with him. He's another one. He's a model pro, and he's hugely influenced. He has huge respect from the lads, and a lot of them say that he was the one player within the squad that we couldn't really afford to lose, and we lost him last season. I think it did have a big impact on the season and the way that it turned out.
Not long till pre-season now. Are you excited?
Yeah, really excited. Look, it's not stopped. We've been mad busy. We knew that it was going to be a busy summer in rebuilding in what we knew that we needed to address, especially defensively. We've talked about the signings, and I believe it was a key area that we had to make sure as a football club and a management team that we got right. And I feel that we've brought players in that can combat the opposition now, and we can make sure that we can defend our own box, because we're a team that we know that we're going to dominate the ball. It's the way we play, it's the way we set up, it's our structure. But we've got to make sure that the moments that other teams have, we can cope with that and deal with it. And I feel with the goalie that we've brought in Bass, he's a front foot goalie. He wants to dominate that box and come for crosses. So it takes away a huge amount of what teams can come and attack us with. And a lot of times last season, the types of goals we conceded were very sloppy, and we conceded from a lot of balls coming in our box out of nothing. Like, well, we were comfortable in games and they get a long throw, it come in the box and it ended up in the back of our net. So we knew that we had to address that. So we're really confident moving forward in what we've brought into the building now, and potentially still looking to add.
Obviously, won't be expecting to see a huge deviation in style from last season, but with a full pre-season for you and the management team, could we expect to see some subtle changes from the start of next season?
Yeah, I think you started to see it at the back end of the season, the way that we want to overload with our centre-halves. They won't be staying at home, they will overload, and the way that we move the structure and rotate into different shapes. I don't want to talk too much tactically because obviously people will be listening from other clubs and that, but yeah, we like to rotate our shapes within a shape. So we had to make sure that we got the right personnel in the building as well that could do that for us. So yeah, look, we're really looking forward to have a full pre-season with the group. We're so excited and looking forward to it. We can't wait to get started now.
Lots going on at the club. The pitch, the grass is coming through nicely.
Yeah.
I think you might even be planning a trip to the Nest if England get to the knockouts.
Yes, definitely. We'll be planning a trip there if England get to the knockout stages. Us as a management team will be there, raring, and what an incredible facility that is, by the way. And as a fan base now, to be able to have that as ours to use before games and after games and big events like the Euros that are going on now, it's incredible. And it just shows that the forward thinking of the football club, that they're not just moving on the pitch and we're not just solely focused on that. We've got to make sure that we keep moving off the pitch so that we can keep coming together and making sure that we're sustainable as a football club, which is so key.